Now let's see what we can find here. Okay, let's see what we can find. Nothing here. Sad Tarjay. But what? Oh ho 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 ho. Hello, Galactic Hooligans, and everyone out there in Cyberville. This is DIECAST NORBZ Galactic Hooligan, and I'm actually really ecstatic that you're actually all here today. This is great. Now, I'm actually up to 105 subscribers. Thank you all, and it's actually steady at 105. I'm actually really happy about that. Thank you all again, and I'm actually going to send out a quick shout out. Let's see if I'm actually going to make this work. Aha, I did it. So, thank you, and I'm just going to give a couple of quick shout outs to Just an Average Girl, who actually is a YouTube videographer here and everything like that, and you can actually find her on Just an Average Girl. She's awesome. Also, I want to send a quick shout out over to Annoying You with Friendship. My friend Carly is actually also on here, and she actually makes amazing toy reviews and everything, so like you could definitely check her out. So she actually joined me a long time ago and everything like that. I'm actually paying it forward, so there we are. And she, like I said before, amazing toy reviews on like Marvel and Marvel Legends and that sort of thing. You know, she's actually all over the figures. So anytime you actually want see into what she actually does, she's enlightening, and I definitely think you should actually check her out. Also, to Natasha Go, because she was actually someone who actually interacted with me on my last video, and we actually have like a couple of exchanges and everything like that. I always enjoy conversation. I let you know that right up front. Also, Graham and Luke Productions, Emily Johnson, To Be a Note in Your Song. That is such a great tag name for this place, and I definitely have to check you guys out and everything like that, because like even the way it's actually spelled is awesome, you know? So Mr. Fedora Films and Claw, that's K Claw, CLAW 7579, and that's really it today and everything like that. But thank you guys for joining me. You actually all make this all possible and everything, and I'm actually really ecstatic at like some of my growth. It's moderate growth, but let's help me out with like making it a lot more of an exponential growth. Today, I'm actually going to bring you two guys that I was not willing to pay scalper prices for, and I'm so happy that I wasn't able to. I actually stalked Target like a lovesick sailor, like a sailor looking for love in the sea, and I finally found. There we go. I finally found Thundercracker and Skywarp, and I'm actually super ecstatic to bring these guys over to you today and everything. I was actually really surprised that I was actually able to find them and everything like that. But again, took a little bit of a trip, but here they are, and here you go. I really appreciate you guys joining me today and everything. And let's take this over to stage A, and we will actually take a deeper look into these guys. Thanks again for joining me. And here we are, finally seeing these guys all together and everything, like an evil jacked up Voltron. They are back together again. I really love it. I can't tell you how much I'm actually like really enjoying all of these guys together, and it's great just to see Skywarp and Thundercracker here. And Thundercracker has actually always been my favorite Seeker and everything like that altogether, because of all this blue and everything like that, you know? But like, just seeing them all together with their squad leader and everything like that, this is actually great. I'm actually really loving all of the details here and everything. You saw my review on Starscream. You know how much I really like this guy and everything like that. But like, just this is just like really, really awesome. I'm actually so glad that Hasbro actually decided to bring these guys out too and everything. I do have like my chagrin with this and everything like that. Like I really wish this weren't in like a dual pack and everything like that. I don't know if Hasbro actually had like the faith that we would have actually like bought all of these guys and everything like that, but like I'm glad that we actually have them in some way, shape, or form and everything like that. I only wish that these were actually like a little bit more prevalent. Hopefully that will actually be the case as time actually goes by and everything, because like I said before, I was not willing to pay scalper prices for these guys at all or anything, you know? So after much deliberation, I actually decided to like just give myself a little bit more time to like actually calm my shit down and just kind of like wait for a while and everything like that. And so I waited until it actually came into my town and everything, and then finally I found out that it was actually like over at Within Store. I kind of like tried to get them to like bring it over, to send it over to my store and everything like that, but they would not, you know. And so I actually traveled out, COVID be damned and everything like that. I really just wanted to like actually make sure that I actually had these guys, you know. So I actually had all my PPE, so there you go, you know. Like I'm really just like careful about that and everything. I hope you guys are too and everything like that. Guys, lasses, please just make sure you actually keep safe and everything like that. It's a, you know, that's like a thing, you know what I mean? Like keep everybody safe. But here we go. Just let's take a close look at this. And first, let's take a close look at the box. Standard Earthrise Cybertron. This time we're actually looking at Cybertronian villains, you know? And I'm glad that this actually didn't like have the clones thing, because like I don't consider these guys clones at all of each other, you know. Take a look at the back over here where we'll actually see Majestic Thundercracker right over here, you know. Is he a good guy? Is he a villain? He doesn't even know, you know. And then there's Skywarp over here, and he actually looks great also and everything like that, you know. The master of teleportation himself and everything like that. I really love the way both of these guys actually came out here and everything. Take a look at the side of the box where we actually have Thundercracker and Skywarp over here and everything like that, zooming into action and everything, you know. That's really such a great, like, just a great box art right there. And you actually also have your regular Earthrise promo and everything like that, so like that's actually cool too, you know. But just let me get this out of the, well actually I'm just going to put this right back over here again for just like a little bit, and then I'm going to give you like a close up look at these guys. Thundercracker over here for by the chance, you notice that he didn't like actually really change from the Starscream mold or anything like that. I kind of wish that they actually did like do something else to his head, but I don't mind like him actually having like the Thundercracker head or anything like that, you know. I mean the Starscream head, because even with the colors and everything like that, he's still Thundercracker to me, you know. Like he actually looks like Thundercracker, and I can't like really quite explain it unless you actually are a fan and you actually have these guys in hand and everything like that. But like each and every one of these guys actually takes on a different personality and everything like that just because of their colors, you know. And I know we're actually buying the same mold like 3 or 90 times and everything like that. Each one of the Seekers are actually like all like really different. I love all this molded detail and everything like that. I still love these thrusters in here and everything like that, these intakes over here. That's actually kind of like one of my favorite design things. One thing I actually do notice on both Thundercracker and Skywarp is that this hollow end doesn't seem so hollow or anything like that when it's actually really colored and everything like that, as compared to like how we actually have Starscream here, you know, where you actually notice the depth in there, you know. And I only still wish that they actually like had this way of like taking these two flaps, because I think that this would have actually solved so many issues, is by taking this flap, splitting it, and then just like re-engineering it so it can actually like go in here or something like that. That would have actually been kind of like cool to see and everything, you know. And let's just take a look at Skywarp here, and just a really cool head sculpt also. And like I love the fact that they actually went along with the anime colors and everything like that, where he actually had like purple right over here and over here, kind of loose in the arm and everything like that. But like that's something I can actually fix, and you know I can, because I've actually gone mad with fixing things, you know, since my last video. So there we go. Got to fix something in the wings too and everything, but I'll actually address that in just like a little while. Very cool though. You gotta love how like everything actually translates over here. And again, with the color variation here and everything, like because he's actually all black, you know, you don't notice the depth in here or anything like that as much or anything like that. So it doesn't really become like too much of an eyesore, you know? Very cool figures and everything. And there's always one thing that I actually see with Skywarp more than anything else, you know? Because so Thundercracker actually has this face right over here, and like he actually has this screaming face here and everything. So every time I keep on seeing him, I keep on thinking of this.
Skywarp, what are you doing? Oh my god! His power, it's reaching over 9,000! Isn't even my final form!
Really, NORBZ? Just saying, Starscream, just saying. In any case, though, you know, with all these guys together, it's really, really amazing just to see exactly how well they actually fit in, and I love it. You know, my whole entire Decepticon team is actually kind of coming together, and this is actually really great. In fact, I'm actually hearing about a new Megatron. We all know that a new Megatron's actually coming. We already have like a new, we already know that a new Soundwave has actually been coming along the pipeline and everything like that too. So, you know, I mean, there you go. I mean, it's actually great to like actually see these guys again and everything. It's cool that they didn't stop with like Siege or anything like that, and Earthrise has actually given rise to like a lot more in the way of like variable looks at these characters and everything like that. So that's actually really great. I love them. So I'm just going to give you a quick comparison, because we actually know that they are actually like the upgrades to like their Siege versions, and you know, whichever one you decide to keep and everything like that is actually great. You know, just let me get Thundercracker out of the way for a second. So here he goes next to his ulterior mode, or ulterior form, rather. So there we go. And that's actually really nice. I love the fact that he came out so much more black in this one, you know, as opposed to like the real charcoal, smoky, like charred gray and everything like that of this one, you know. Like it's actually black also, but it's kind of like more along the gray lines and everything like that. So like I'm just really loving the deeper colors of this guy, you know. And for Thundercracker here, we're just going to bring him into frame, and we're just going to give you a quick look at his Siege version, you know, which is also very nice, you know. I love the fact that the colors actually kind of like kept the pretty much cohesive, you know. I still love this version. For some reason, mine eyes are actually seeing like a little bit more on the way of like a deepness in this color, but really there isn't like too much of like a color variation between the both of them and everything like that. I see like the camera is actually like picking up like a lighter blue. When you actually get it in hand, it will actually be like a little bit deeper than that and everything, you know, but I really love the way they look together and everything, you know. But as far as things are actually concerned, like it's your collection, you do whatever you actually want with it and everything. And this Thundercracker is actually just like really cool and everything like that, you know. But for me, it's always about like the G1 cohesiveness and everything like that. I really love the way these guys look. And you saw the transformation into jet mode in my Starscream video, so I'm actually going to give you a quick overview of that transformation, and then we will actually be back for jet mode. And as far as articulation is actually concerned, they really do have the same the same amount of articulation as say Screamer here and everything like that. So just to like give you just like a quick thing, they actually have like a rotation at the head. It's actually on a ball joint 360. They actually have a hinge joint right over here and like a hinge right over and a swivel joint right over here. So that actually gives you all your universal movement. They actually have a turn right over here by the bicep. They actually have like a rotation at the bicep. They actually have like about a little bit more than 90 degrees of bend right over by the elbow. This thing over here, but that's actually mostly for transformation. No wrist articulation, which is actually kind of a shame. They actually have like a pivot right over here by the wings. They actually have a hinge right over here by the wings also, so you can actually get like a little bit more dynamic posing and everything like that with the wings, so that's actually always appreciated. No waist articulation whatsoever or anything like that. And they could have actually, I think they could have actually done it event like in this kind of figure and everything like that, but like I guess maybe due to the transformation and everything like that, it could have actually been left out. But there we go. You can actually like move the pelvic skirt right over here and everything like that, and you can actually like move this leg way up over here. You know, it only goes back a bit like this, only because, and it's actually hampered by this thing right over here, by this panel, and in which case my thought actually still stands. Like, I kind of feel like it could have actually been moved out of the way and everything like that, so you can actually get more dynamic movement there. You actually have thigh rotation. You actually have knee articulation right over here. You can actually bring it back a little bit past 90 degrees also and everything like that, so that's nice. You actually have dorsiflexion. You can actually move the heel if you actually need more stability and everything, and you also have like an ankle pivot, so it's nice. Can you actually get kung fu action? Yeah, kind of like just a bit, you know what I mean? And like that's actually also a good thing with stability right over here by the legs. Let's see if I can actually get this to do what I want it to do. Oh yeah, that's actually really nice. So you can actually get some really good dynamic things and everything like that going on with them both. Very, very cool. I love this, and it's awesome. I really love that. Alright, transforming Thundercracker and Skywarp into jet mode takes the same cues as they actually did from the Earthrise Starscream. So we'll actually start off by, let's see, we'll actually squeeze these two intakes and everything, because like that'll actually release these two tabs right over here. So you just want to give it like a little bit of a squeeze, take the nose cone, bring it up and over the head. So that's up and over the head, and just tab that in. Now bring this up. Now, bring the nose cone up on this hinge right over here. You'll actually notice that it might be a little bit looser than what you actually had on Starscream. So my suggestion is to like maybe just tighten that up and everything like that. I'm actually going to go tightening mad once again. So once you actually do that, just rotate the nose cone and bring it out of the way for a moment, because now we're actually going to detach his laser pistols, like his null ray cannons or laser cannons, right over here, and we're just going to just attach them right onto the wings. So detach it from the arm and just bring it right over to the back of the wings right over here. You'll actually notice that there are like a couple of peg holes that these posts will actually go into, and then we're going to open up these arms and just accordion them right into their slots right over here, and that'll actually make a slight indent, or you'll actually feel like a slight indent, and just close that up and bring his hands right up here, and do the same thing on the other side. So we'll just like take you really quickly through that small indentation, and then just close those, and then just bring his fist right up just like this. Then you bring both arms right onto the inside, and then you actually close this by doing the same thing. Just squeeze those intakes. It actually becomes a little bit harder once the jet mode is actually locked in here. I'm not exactly sure why, but There we go. So like just bring this in and just close it, and you should actually be able to hear it like secure. And once that's actually done, then you're actually ready to do the legs. And then when you're doing the legs, first off, we're actually going to come up to the nose cone and just bring that all the way up, right past this point right over here, and just lock that right in here. So that'll actually just indent right in. Then we're just going to move these two pieces right over here down a little bit. That'll actually give you enough room to like actually rotate these tail fins and just put them right over here. Now when you actually move the tail fin, it'll most likely move the heels also. So you don't necessarily, I mean the heels actually do work on their own, but you don't necessarily have to worry about that. All you have to do is move the tail fin and then just bring them in right to the tab right on the side of the legs. And then just bring in the toes. And once you actually have that all aligned, you'll actually open up the front panels to the shins, and we can actually now just combine the legs and bring that whole entire thing right down, and it'll actually accordion right into the legs. And then you'll actually see these two tabs right over here where they'll connect, and there you go. Then just move the codpiece, put the legs right up. Well, actually, you'll actually just bring these two right over here and then put the codpiece down. And then after that, straighten out the wings and then rotate them down and around and try to get over, let's see, there's a peg right over here that goes, and a peg right over here. All you want to do is just, there we go. Sometimes it's actually a little bit harder to do that on Thundercracker than it is on Skywarp. But once you actually get those past those two pegs, just put them right in just like that. And you'll actually notice that it'll actually just form and just cohesively lock into place. And like I said before, it is actually a lot better on Thundercracker than it is on Skywarp. But once you actually have that done perfectly, then all you have to do is just get the tail wings out of the way and straighten everything up. And there you go. Now you actually have jet mode. So now you actually have an amazing jet mode. So now that we've actually got these guys both in jet mode and everything like that, we'll actually take you back over to stage A and we'll actually check them out in all their awesomeness and glory. Alright, and we are back, and we are going to come in and examine both Thundercracker and Skywarp in both their jet glories, and they are just amazing. Oh my gods, I really love seeing these two together. And let me just pan out a little bit, because when you actually have their leader of the squadron in and everything like that, this actually just makes things just so much more epic. I love this. This is actually just amazing. I've never had all three when I was actually like a young one, just like knowing my way around the world and everything like that. But like seeing these guys like this just is worth its weight in gold and everything. Man, I am just like really ecstatic about that. And just let me give you a good look at these two guys. Like, I really, really love everything that's actually going on here. You'll actually notice that there may be a lighter color over here, and that for some reason, this part of the plane doesn't really translate well to the whole entire jet and everything like that. And you'll actually notice like a little bit of miscoloring there, but I really love the way this looks. Thundercracker still can't do any wrong to me or anything like that. Like, you know, underneath, he's actually going to be like mostly robot, you know? But like, aside from that, he is just awesome. Freaking love this. And as far as Skywarp actually goes, the black actually hides everything pretty well. It's actually really nice, you know? Not like the biggest Skywarp fan or anything like that, but like because of the fact that I can actually like I have that open mouth, and I'm so beside myself with that, because like even though the open mouth actually does give like a little bit more value to him and everything like that, he actually still has that open mouth. I'm not exactly sure how to feel about that, but it's actually great when you're actually doing little bits. Very cool on the bottom of the plane and everything, and I really love the way they look together. They are great. Just like, this is so cool. And I just can't stop like doing this whole thing with like all three of them together and everything like that. Just like adds so much value to these guys. These guys are so dope. It's great, you know. Sorry for the shaky camera, guys. So there we go. I'm just gonna give you a quick look at, let's see, Skywarp here with his Siege version here, just so you can actually see like what he was and what he was actually changed into when he arrives on Earth. Just very, very cool altogether. You know, size differentials and everything like that. They're both like Voyager class figures. That's very cool. I still love the deeper black on this one and everything like that. Like, they actually made a good color choice. I really like this a lot, you know? And I'm just going to give you a quick look at Thundercracker with his Siege version. And again, like, the color disparities or anything like is actually very minute. I kind of tend to think that this one actually kind of like shows up a lot more brilliantly to me and everything, you know? You may like have like a little bit of a difference or anything or whatever, you know? I just kind of still wish that they actually translated the red that was actually over here to this jet. But really, I don't really have like a huge issue aside from that, you know? One thing I actually did notice on Skywarp when he actually came over to me was that when I first transformed him, there was a huge gap, and like this wing actually tended to pop off a little bit more and everything like that. I didn't really notice that on Thundercracker here. Like, I really love the way he actually aligns here. I may come back and just like seal a couple of things and just kind of like maybe there's a peg that's actually right in here that I'm actually thinking may be the culprit and everything like that. So like all it is just like kind of like going into it with like maybe an X-Acto knife and fixing a couple of things. I don't know what this is. Hopefully that's not like a plastic being stressed or anything like that. But like aside from that, like they're really great. I just went up like just loving these guys all together, you know? Again, if you actually really felt like this Siege line was actually where you should actually end things with Thundercracker and Skywarp or anything, you know, like it's cool. If you didn't, I highly suggest like finding these guys and everything like that. Remember, try to pay the retail value, the retail price for it and everything like that, you know what I mean? Because like scalpers be damned, I really think that these guys are actually worth it and everything like that. But like, please try to find it at a retail and everything like that, because like I really don't think you should actually really pay like a penny more than that, you know? And like that might be like the scalper is actually damning my existence for saying that, but like me no cares. Like I really just think that this is actually like they're worth it as long as you can actually find it for like the right price and everything like that. I hate like thinking anybody's actually getting cheated or anything like that. If you're actually paying a finder's fee and shipping, cool, you know, I get it. But if you're actually paying like over $200 for these guys and everything like that, yeah, there are better things that like actually that'll actually be worth it. I love the fact that they came together. Also, dichotomously, I really wish Hasbro would actually stop making like exclusives and everything like that in certain cases, especially for like Thundercracker and Skywarp and everything like that. You know, two guys that you know we're gonna buy because they're actually Seekers, you know what I mean? And we're crazy about Seekers. I can't wait for like the eventual like Coneheads and everything, because like those guys are gonna be amazing. Pretty sure that they may visit like Acid Storm like Acid Storm and Sunstorm all together and everything, you know, so like that would actually be kind of cool, you know, even though I'm not really sure if they're actually needed at this moment and everything, but like at the same time, I could actually see it, you know, like, you know, the eventual Sunstorm is actually going to be coming out. I would love to see Acid Storm done up in like amazing detail, complete with like corrosive acid on the wings and everything like that. That would actually be great. But again, I digress. I'm going to keep on going on about stuff like that. But yeah, seriously, go ahead and find these guys. You know, if you can, they're actually over at Target. You know, Target's the only one that actually has them. I don't know if they're actually going to have them online. It's sad that they don't actually have them online, because that would actually like halt a whole lot in the way of like trying to find these guys and everything like that, and stalk them like a rabid Wolverine and everything, you know. But yeah, they're worth it, you know. I love them. So I'm going to take you into my final thoughts. So the question remains, DIECAST NORBZ, do you actually think that Thundercracker and Skywarp are actually worth getting into everybody's collections? It depends on what you're actually collecting. I really love them. I think they're great. They were actually really well worth the buy and everything, and I'm actually really enjoying having them in hand and everything. Like, finally, I actually have the trio together. I really cannot wait for the eventual Coneheads and everything, because like I started seeing designs on those guys also and everything, and I'm stoked. I really want to see like what actually happens and what changes are actually made in these two molds and everything like that once we actually get Thrust, Dirge, and Ramjet into the whole entire mix. So like, these are great. I really highly suggest them. Again, try not to pay scalpers prices or anything, you know, and I don't know exactly how rare these guys are actually going to be. I really hope that's not the case, and I really hope that each and every one of you can actually get a couple in hand, you know, but try to get them at retail, you know what I mean? Like, they're like starting to pop up over in Target now and everything. This is where I actually found these guys. So please, I hope you can actually find them. I really, really hope you can find them, you know? And this also may mean that my Generation Seekers may be up for grabs and everything. So I don't know if I'm actually going to post them up for sale or anything like that soon, but like, I really think that they're actually, that, you know, these guys being at Voyager height and everything like that kind of like makes it worth it and everything, you know? But who knows? I might like still keep them around for like shits and giggles and everything like that, and also just to like actually have like a variation from these guys over to the deluxe size Seekers and everything, just kind of keep them in collection and everything like that, as far as like a here and now kind of a thing. But we'll see. But that's actually my take on these guys. I really highly suggest them. I love them. And if you can't find them and everything like that, if your siege line is actually enough and everything like that, go for that too and everything like that. It's your collection. You should actually enjoy it for what it is. But for me, love these guys. So that's it for me, DIECAST NORBZ, saying that each and every one of you has actually made my day by joining me once again and everything. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And the Galactic Hooligan always says that being kind is the most gangster thing that you can actually do. Be kind to one another. Be kind to yourselves. I feel like I'm actually taking from Ellen or something. Anyway, but I think that's a message that like everybody should actually have in their lives and everything. Be excellent towards each other and to each other, you know? Because kindness is actually always in short supply. There should actually be more of it. Be kind. Pay it forward. You know, and that's it for me, DIECAST NORBZ, saying when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. Take care of each other. I will definitely talk to you soon.